Okay, puzzling in two worlds here. It is now time for another bag or another panel from my 32,000 Ravensburger New York City Skyline puzzle. Okay, if we look at the poster, this was panel A, we did that first. This was panel E, we did that second. This was panel F, that was done third. So now we're about to do our fourth panel, and yes, you guessed it, we're going to do panel B. A little bit of the same buildings here, but seeing that it's been a number of weeks since I did the last panel, I don't think there's any real advantage there. But so what we're going to do is we're going to open up the box, we're going to find bag B, we're going to take it out. That will then bring us to the halfway point. So let's see if we can find it. Oh, it turned out to be pretty easy. We found bag B. It was right on the top, inside the box. So if you look at very closely this number, the starting ladder tells you which bag it is. So this starts with a B. I look at this here, I see lots of sky pieces. So I'm very confident we have the right bag here. So now we'll open it up. And we save the bag along with all the others inside of here, put it back in the box and put that away. So I found that it's best if I dump the bag into a box, and that helps me deal with the dust. Bag's open, all the pieces are in here. We've got a number of containers and boxes and things here. So now I will start to do a sort. If I look at this here, probably take the sky pieces out as one. The sort of far horizon, those are fairly straightforward pieces, can take those out in another container. This building here looks like hopefully I can find that one. This one here might be recognizable along with this one. So we'll just kind of play it by ear. There's a bit of greens, probably keep them together. Just sort of see how things go, but either way, just pulling the sky and the distant skyline, the black pieces out, that will help substantially. So we'll just start sorting, and then we'll tune in with you once we've got some stuff sorted. Let's see where we're at. How long we've been at this? We've been at this for an hour and 41 minutes and separating, and I think I'm going to stop there for a while. I'll tell you why. This is all of my, one's in the wrong one. This is all of my sky pieces, just plain sky. This is all of my sort of what I call distant horizon pieces here, which would cover this area along here. This here, well, started to throw stuff in there, but got a little confused. This one here is some of this building here. But rather than try to sort buildings, as I didn't really have enough boxes and wasn't sure what, so I decided to just leaf through this until pieces kind of stopped jumping out at me, which is where I'm at now. So like I say, I've got the distant horizon, I've got the sky. These are pieces with green in them. So I've got some of this building, some of this building, and some of this building. This is my edge pieces. These pieces are the horizon along here. These pieces here were all just sort of light browns, but when I look at them closer, I could have any one of a number of buildings. So I kind of stopped that. We'll probably throw them in there. That was going to be a miscellaneous, but kind of stopped on that idea for now. These are pieces of interest, which I think I can deal with right away. These are my pieces of sky with some black on them, some window frame on them. These are my pieces of building with window frame on them, same as I did before. And then these are my black window frame pieces. So it's kind of slowed. If I leaf through here now, nothing really jumps out much anymore. So I think I've got the pretty much all the sky out, should have the edge pieces out, should have the horizon out, and enough of the distant buildings and a couple other buildings So I think what we'll do is I can take a bit of a break, and then I'll come back a little later on, and I think we'll start to do a little bit of assembly. And then once I've got a few things together, I think this box here will start to make a little more sense to me as to where things might go and where they might belong. And then I think I'll be able to do a little bit better sort a little later on. But I think there's no sense trying to sort it too much because I'm not really going to get anywhere, to be honest with you. So it's a wet, rainy day today, which is a very good thing. We need a lot of rain around here to help with some of the forest fires in the north and to get my grass green again. So no better perfect time than rainy day to puzzle. Where am I at since I last talked to you? Well, like I said, we kind of stopped with this sorting for now, and I've leafed through it a couple times, and it's not much is coming out at me at all. So I think we're pretty much good with that for now. So, every so often we find one we think we could use, but I think we can move some of this stuff off for the moment. I think we can start with the sky pieces. We don't need them, other than we're missing one edge piece here, which is probably in that container, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's a bit challenging doing the edge just because it's like I say, as I mentioned in the earlier panels, you have duplicate pieces. So what I've done in some cases is, for instance, these two here are exact duplicates. So the ones I haven't put in, I've put the duplicates together, because once you find one, then you can count over and find the others. But this row of the horizon is giving me a bit of grief, and I'm not sure I have it all together properly. So in order to figure that out, I kind of need to get the row below it as well, and that will help me determine if I actually have it right or wrong or need to make changes to it. So it means going through this box here a lot more. So I will probably take some of these out, see what we can do with some of this here. Okay, time for an update. What do we got done? Well, we've got my piles of green pieces I've put together, which has given me a couple buildings, and they should actually connect soon. This one here, I've managed to pull this together. I had those white pieces picked out, and as I've been leafing through my big bucket there, I've been finding pieces and slowly adding to that. So I'm going to continue to do that. Oh, there's a piece right there. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to continue to... Oh, there's another piece right there. Oh, this is going good. All right. Oh, there's one more. Look at that. As soon as I go to talk to you, I get pieces in. All right. So now, put that in. We can join the whole thing together. Look at that. Okay, so we've got these buildings done, which are this sort of area right in here. Got them kind of in the wrong spot, but we'll sort that out. So we've got this building, and I've been collecting these pieces here, which should help me join that together. Been doing these bits of blue and greens I've been finding. They actually belong more over here. And I have been working on the horizon area. And as you can see, I've got a good part of that done across now. 3 rows deep, some places 4, a little bit of 5 or so. So that's starting to bring me down towards the buildings. There's one, here's the top of another, it's the top of one. So we're top of 4 buildings there. So I still have got those pieces. Where are they at here? Oh, they're in here. So we still have got some of those and that here. I've decided I need to do some more sorting. I've been leafing through this big bucket constantly, but it's working not bad. But I want to move it a little quicker, so we're going to try to go through this bucket here. And once we get through this, then we'll probably be able to pull things together a little bit. So, well, we finally emptied our box of pieces. We've got a mess. Look at the dust. Wow. I should have been collecting from each panel so far just to see how big a pile of dust I would have had at the end of the game here. But since I've already vacuumed up the first 3 bags, it's going to be a little tough to do now. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just sort of set the camera up a little bit. We'll sort things out and try to put the pieces roughly where they belong so that you can get a better look of where we're at. So.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side. La 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 la.
Okay, we got things all cleaned up. Where are we at with this? Okay, as you saw, we have our top bordered done, minus 1 piece. As we go through the sky pieces, that'll work itself out. As you can see, we have the far horizon pretty much under control here. It's pretty much done. And we've got quite a number of the sort of distant buildings done. The bulk of the pieces left there are scattered about. And some more in here, so we can put that up there. And what were the results of our sort? Well, this is my forever popular pieces of interest. And the bulk of those pieces, I know where they go or they will fit together on some of my existing stuff I've done. So we'll probably deal with that first. This container here is dark buildings, so that should encompass most of this building and probably a little in there and some other stuff scattered about. So that one will be not a bad one to tackle, because then that is this building right here. What else have we got here? Let's pull these over so we can take a look at them. This box here, as you can see, has a very reddish brown and blue. I'm assuming the bulk of that should hopefully be the bulk of this building here. That will give me something in this lower left-hand corner once I tackle that box. This box here was intended to be this building here, but based on the pieces I've pulled, I'm guessing we're substantially short on that. So that one will probably require some sort of further sorting. Of course, we have our sky pieces. We have our sky and window frame, our window frame and building, and our black pieces. This box here is all light colors, sort of light yellowy, browny colors. So it's going to be certainly add more to this building here. We've got some other buildings, hopefully up the side of this building, which will tend to really pull things together. And just sort of odd stuff around. So that one will be, these two here will be fairly good ones to tackle. This one here started out being sort of this building here, but it got kind of confusing as I went, and it's got some of this, and probably some of this, and some of these, so we'll leave that one for a while and tackle the easier boxes first. Then this is my forever popular miscellaneous, that we're, at this point in time, we're really not sure where any of it goes. Okay, as you can see, I've been working my way through this box of yellow pieces. And in the last part of the video, you saw me put this tower together here, which is the side of this large building here. But with that as well, I found this area, which is the right side of this building. And because I did a sort earlier with the reddish, very kind of reddish browns and dark blues, which is more of this building, I think what I'll do now is set the camera up, and we'll see if we can work our way through this box and pull this a little closer together, and maybe pull this corner together here.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side. La 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 la.
Well, my container of sort of dark navy blue black pieces has dwindled down to this. This building here is pretty much complete for the most part. Tidied up a little more of that and even added a couple more here. So I think we'll just set these aside, as there's not really enough there to keep playing with. And now figure out what to do next. This bucket here, which is my pieces of building and window frame. So if I tackle that, actually that would give me a bit of a border. So I might actually take a look at this and see if there's anything along in here that I can do, or through here to find another building. But it's a little bit different, this one, from my earlier videos or my earlier panels. If you look at my earlier panels I had very large buildings which were quite easy to focus on, whereas this one does not have those really large buildings. I think really the last one left here are just kind of these two, and then it's a mixture of smaller buildings. So I think I might actually take this bucket here, see what we can do with this, and see if we can actually come up with a bit of a frame, and then that way I can tie things together a little bit. So I used up all my building pieces with building and window frame on them, which gave me the border along the bottom and some of the border on the top, not all of it, or along the side, sorry. And here we're still missing some too, but I think this may pull together a little tighter as we connect it. We don't have the top to the bottom connected yet. So now what I'm left with is, this was my box of dark pieces, a few left. I don't really want to throw them in with anything else yet. My box of yellow pieces, not much left. And then I had this box of red pieces when I did this building here. So now if I look at the picture, I've kind of got reds, grays, and sort of tan colors. There's three sort of main areas left. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, I think I'm going to have to go through these two boxes here and bring out the red box here. And I think what we're going to have to do is come up with three different buckets here. Maybe pull out some pieces of interest as I go, put them in a small container, try to take it from there. But I think what I've been doing is sort of leafing through, pulling pieces, and yeah, I'm making headway, but it's not very fast. So I think we will, I think it's time to actually see this, what I mean. You see, you leaf through, you find a piece, you connect something, but in order to get another building started, I think I'm going to have to do a sort again. So we'll do that and then let you know how we make out after that. So I went through this box here, which was sort of grays and reds, and I pulled out all the reddish brown ones, which should give me, and I can recognize a number of pieces for this building right here. So I'm going to, rather than dig too deep into that one, I'm going to see what I got here, see what I can put together, then see where that leads me before I tackle into that box, or it might help me see where some of this stuff here goes. Pulled out a few more yellow pieces and a few more pieces of interest. So I think what we'll do is we're going to tackle this building here now and see how that goes. So I decided it was time to do a last bit of sort. So I took all of the pieces out of my remaining boxes that were sorted somewhat by color and sorted them by shape. Here I have what I call my verticals, my horizontals, my little guys with the, I don't know what you call these anyway. 3 ins and 1 out. We have the verticals and the horizontals there. Here we have 3 outs and 1 in with horizontals and verticals, and then my sort of marching left and marching right pieces. I put them all onto cardboard because, I'll just move this aside. As you can see, I do not have a lot of the building left to do. A lot of it is not that distinct, easy to find. So I thought, let's take all the pieces out, sort by shape, and we'll set the camera up. And I think what we're going to try to do is to fill in all these holes, make it look like closer to a finished puzzle. pieces again. And we've pretty much completed all of the buildings on panel 4. There's a couple pieces missing, but as you can see, that's a very dark piece, so we do have 3 buckets left. This is my bucket of sort of the dark window frame pieces. I'm assuming that piece is mixed in with that somewhere. I have this bucket here, which is my pieces of sort of partial sky and partial window frame pieces. They will help me to do this around here. And, you know, a few other pieces here. These are frame with the odd piece there that's not, or here. I'm assuming this piece will probably show up in this bucket here. And then the last bucket here is sky pieces. So, how are we making out so far? Well, let's see where we're at here. We are 31 hours, 57 minutes, 58 seconds. So we're at 32 hours so far. Seems to be taking me 45 to 50 hours to do. We've got 19 hours left. Should come in under 50, but those last black pieces here, they tend to take, it's not many, but they tend to take quite a while. So either way, we'll gonna take a break now. Gotta go cut the grass. It's a nice day outside, and we'll visit a friend. So we will leave this for today, and when we pick it up again, you'll be the first to know. Okay, I think I did my final sort. I'm down to 5 total buckets. These 2 were here already with my black frame pieces, my sky and black frame pieces. Then I broke the rest down into, 6 buckets. I broke the rest down into 4 more buckets. I have blues, I have yellows, and I have greens, and then I have pieces, cloud pieces. As you can see, we have yellow along the bottom, and then sort of a green, and then bright blue on the top, and a mixture of clouds. So I figure if I kind of lay these out one at a time, I think I'll start with the yellows. It's a fairly small group. See if I can get a row or 2 across the bottom. Then there's some fairly dark blues here. If I sort those out, that may help me get a row or 2 across the top. And then the greens should join things in the middle. And once I find roughly where the frames are, well, there are clouds, I can put the clouds together, and then once I find where frames are, I can dig into this one. And then, of course, my last one will be my straight frame pieces. So let's go to work for a while. Okay, finished one bucket. My yellow pieces are done. I think I had a couple left, so I threw them back in here with my green / yellow pieces. So now I think I will take my next bucket here, will be the pieces with the clouds on them. See where that takes me, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So let's try this one. Well, as you see, I've got more done. What I did was I pulled out my bucket here, which was sort of black and sky pieces, and that allowed me to get the bulk of the frame there, and in the middle done. So what that leaves me with is a bucket of blue and a bucket of green and yellow, Still a few cloud pieces there, a few blue pieces there. Then that bucket on the far corner is my black frame. So in order, sorry I didn't give you more video to watch, but as it turned out, my battery went and I was on a roll, so I just kept going. So we'll set the camera back up, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blue pieces, put them all on a piece of cardboard, sort them by shape, try to complete the blue, then that will leave me with this bucket here, which should follow, and then last, as usual on these panels, will be the black. Okay, that's what's left of what was in my pile of blues. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pieces. I think it's safe to say that we can mix them in with these ones here and do another sort by shape. As you can see, we're down to 5 to 6 rows, 5 rows for the most part, some places 6 across here, and they're all in there. So down to 1 bucket left, just the black frame. As you can see, there's a little bit around the arch and these 2 round corners, but the remaining pieces down each side and across the bottom. So I think we're time to lay them out on some cardboard and see what we can do about bringing this section to an end. And we're done. Panel number 4 of my 32,000 piece Ravensburger New York City Skyline puzzle. We just finished this panel here, so now we have completed this half of the puzzle with this half to go. Halfway done. Looking pretty good, I think. I think it's looking pretty swell. The black pieces around the edge are always a bit of a challenge, but I found on this one they weren't too bad. I managed to get them without too much trouble. How long did this section take us? 47 hours and 40 minutes. We're getting better. The sky actually was not too tough. So now we've got to take and I found that before I kind of tape it, I need to break it into sections and move them apart. Try to marry them up to the section beside it to make sure there's no mistakes along the sides. Then tape them. The bottom 2 sections here, I have the top 2 underneath there. They are not taped yet, that go below this. Once I remove those sections, I'll bring them out. make sure they all fit together nicely, then flip them over and tape them. I think I found that somebody mentioned to me on one of my videos earlier that it makes sure to fit them together with another section before you tape them, otherwise you'll have problems later. And I found that with the first section I did, so the first two. So anyway, that's it for section 4. I know there's been lots of people commenting saying, where's panel number 4? Well, here it is. This is now middle of July. Finding it a little bit tougher to do these in summer as I want to get outside more. So we'll see. We'll try to see if we can get another panel done. But before I do, I need to tackle a few of the puzzles I've got sitting on this table here. So we'll probably do a few smaller ones and get some other videos up and then come back to this again. But I think we got time for another panel or two yet this summer. So if you like this video, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. As we love your comments and we love hearing from people, and I love seeing the views grow with my puzzles. So with that, I'll leave it there. We'll catch you on the next video.